So you're in my Inner Circle program, but you're also in Arlen's All Access, and you are working on a membership that I'm so excited about. Like I'm geeking out on your membership specifically because it's just the way that it came about, and I don't know, it's just really, really cool. So tell everyone a little bit about your membership early days. We know you're just getting started.
Yeah, so it came about so organically, and I think that's probably why we're both really I'm excited about it too. My daughter is a softball player, fast pitch softball player, and she wanted to play a select team, sometimes called travel team, tournament team, and we're getting ready to head into tryout season. I thought, okay, well, so I started to ask some of the parents, well, where do I find where all of the tryouts exist, what tryouts she's eligible for, and what teams are in our area, and all of that. And we're like, well, we kind of go to these different Facebook groups and different teams just kind of post all their information there. So I went to these Facebook groups and yeah, I could find some information about some of the teams, but they didn't even always have like all the information. Like then I go to their website and try and figure out, are these teams even close enough for us? Or am I talking about driving 2 hours, to practice each way, which by the way, I would not do. So I kept thinking, gosh, I cannot be the only person who is struggling through this. So I started to put it, I love Airtable, and I started to put it in an Airtable because I figured just keep it all in one place. And I put out a few posts and I said, so I figured other people must be going through the same thing. And I just said, hey, I've started to track. I don't know if you're having trouble with this, but I'm having trouble tracking all of these tryouts. And I set it up so that the teams could just enter the information directly themselves and send it out. And it went crazy, like absolutely nuts. And I'm still, even yesterday, I had a conversation with a parent who I mentioned this spreadsheet and he said, oh my gosh, that was you. And like,
Yeah, yeah.
and
So like
like,
it's
right,
like
like
thousands of people went to this link, right?
more than 3,000 people accessed the spreadsheet during like the height of tryout season. Almost 300 teams entered their information into the spreadsheet. Like it was so far beyond.
By the way, you don't do this for a living. You do something else for a living, right? Like this is
Correct. Yeah,
just
I do
more like,
HR for a living.
yeah.
Like, I'm kind of a geek, like when it comes to, systems and things like that. And that's kind of been a piece of HR, putting systems together. But no, like this is not my day job at all.
Yeah. So it's a skill you have that you applied to something else because you were solving your own
Yep.
problem, essentially. It
Yeah.
ended up solving a lot of other people's problems. So how does that
Yes.
translate now to like what made you think about the membership and what you're doing now?
Yeah, so fast forward, my daughter is on a team now, and I find myself, along with a couple of other parents, we're in this role of like team coordinator or team manager. There are all kinds of details for the team that have to be pulled together. And like, even in addition to what all the coaches are doing. So frequently, one or more of the parents will be identified as this kind of team coordinator person. So it's like tracking where the tournaments are and what are the uniforms, and do we have lists for what we're supposed to order and where we're supposed to order, and are we going to get a block of hotel rooms when we go out of town? And just, I mean, all these details. And once again, I thought, I cannot be the only person who has run into this of like feeling like we must be reinventing the wheel here. And so, even going back to those same Facebook groups, I'm asking some of the questions and it's the same kind of thing, but it's really hard to find all the information. So, the idea for the membership came from like, can we just put this all in one place? Like, so it's easy to find. Also, like ideas that have worked well for other teams. And I'm kind of a collector, I guess, when it comes to like ideas and things like that. I've just, kind of like to save them. And so, yeah, that's where the idea came from is for other team coordinators, could we just put templates and some of these tools and systems and things that I've created for our team that would be helpful for other teams as well?
And how has being in Arlen's All Access helped with this whole process?
Oh my gosh, it's where the whole idea came from.
Okay.
Literally. Like
Yeah.
it really is. It really is. Because up until, I mean, it just hadn't even occurred to me that this would be something that I would create a membership around. Again, my focus always had been in, my professional experience, which is in the world of HR. And I'd done a membership there before that had like mixed success, I would say.
Mhm.
But all of a sudden, like watching the videos within Arlen's All Access, you have all of these videos and how to's, and you are like showing people how to do it
Mhm.
as you go as well. And so I've watched those videos, like tons of them, the resources, all the stuff that you have there. That's really literally where the whole idea came from.
And so you're kicking things off and you're starting with the paid membership.
Yep.
It's going to start at 29. That number could always change.
Yeah.
What's your plan? Like, what is your, I guess, your goal, maybe?
My goal, honestly, I mean, the dream would be that this would be the whole business. I mean,
Yeah.
that this would take over. Such a wild thought at this point that that could be possible, but I really do think it's possible. And especially after, the conversations that we've had around strategy and things like that. So yeah, that would be the ultimate dream. So that's for me personally, but truly it's really about having, again, this place where other parents can go and get resources, help to so many of them. This is also like a side gig for them, even
Mm-hmm.
though it's incredibly time consuming. And so I would love to just create this resource that is well known among sports parents for where they can go and just get a ton of information and support and templates and all of the
Yeah.
above, that it
The,
would
the,
just save people a ton of time.
well, the framing is that you're making them the hero of their teams. So
Exactly.
that's like a really cool framing. And then when you think about the timing, I know so many people are worried about like things happening overnight. If they didn't happen overnight, there's that struggle of how long does it take to see traction?
Yeah.
How much time are you giving yourself? Because you're really in the like the first day,
The
basically.
very, very
Like,
early
so how
days.
much
Yeah.
time are you giving yourself to see, and what is successful traction for you in the first few days or weeks?
I think what I will be looking for is traction where people are sharing with each other. Like that to
Mhm.
me will be the ultimate, if people are getting referred from other members, because that's
Yes.
what I saw with that original spreadsheet was just this crazy, oh my gosh, I'm sharing it with so and so. I know somebody else was looking for that. So that I think would be like my ultimate measurement. And I would love at some point to have maybe an affiliate program or something like that.
Yeah.
Um,
When you join Arlen's All Access, I teach you how to make an automated message when you first come in, but you can do that on School, right? Which is what you're using. And I asked in the first question, how did you find me? Like, how did you find Arlen's All Access? So every single day I have that data of where things came from.
yeah, I love
So
that.
you could even have that in your direct message, that automated message where there is a template on Arlen's All Access for you to just copy paste. And
Awesome.
yours could say, did someone refer you? Who do I have to thank? You
Yeah,
know?
I love that. I love that. I
Mhm.
will definitely do that.
What's a fear that you have had to overcome in order to do this membership, do you think?
I have thought about the like, who the heck am I? Who am I to create this? Like, I'm not a professional sports person, like
Yeah.
I don't have any of that. So that's probably the biggest one. But I realized I'm going through this right now as
Yes.
a parent team coordinator, whatever you want to call us. And well, yeah, who am I not to? I clearly have a skill set that not everybody has. And what really drove this home for me was one conversation after one of the practices just in the last week, where one of the other parents said, oh, yeah, thanks for creating. They were talking just specifically about what I had created for my daughter's team because I've shared it with all the parents so they can see it's very transparent. She said, I would love to have those skills, but I don't have that. I don't have that in me. And I thought, okay, like,
Yeah.
yeah,
And
this
you
is
are bringing
something.
something
Yeah.
that, and so how do you think someone can translate that learning? Because that's a deep one. Like how can someone who's thinking about starting a membership, but it's not like they're a doctor and it's for doctors, like how do
Right.
you help them get over that fear, do you think?
I think there's a ton of value in like we can learn together, right? Or I'm new to this and I have specific skills that I've brought in, or I brought a really unique perspective
Hmm.
to, this particular role or skill that you're teaching people. I think there's a lot of value in that. And like, let's do this together, let's build this together. And I think that's what you've done with All Access as well, right? Is like you're building this incredible
Building it.
membership
Yeah.
and you're sharing as you go. And that's one of the things that I've learned the most from is this, let's do this together,
Yeah.
let's see each other's success.
Yeah, and we're seeing it too. It's so exciting. I mean, there are so many people who are starting their memberships, and just starting is like the success. Like that's a huge step. And to go from not even thinking about it to I'm going to do it and then doing it is amazing. If a parent who's watching this is interested in joining your membership, how do they find you?
They can go directly to travelteamhero.com and it'll send you right into the membership.
That's great. So you have it forwarded into
I do.
School?
Yeah,
That's a
I set
really
up
great
the
hack.
Yep. set up the domain, and it auto forwards directly to the school membership.
Okay, cool. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. And we
Thank
will
you.
keep track and we'll keep checking in on you.